This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio.
Born to Ride is sponsored in part by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1988. Offices throughout Florida, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
This is Boss Hogg Radio, home of Born to Ride Radio. You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation by calling 863-225-2000.
Welcome to another Thursday evening edition of Born to Ride Radio. In the studio, we've got Ron and Debbie Galletti. Mama Dukes is across from me, and of course, I am Fester Jenkins. And welcome to... What are you shaking your head no about?
Don't ever do that again. You completely went backwards.
Yeah, okay.
Threw us for a curve.
Yeah.
Changing it up. That's good.
Well, don't.
At first, thought he was going to say, "What's her face?" and thingamabob.
I was like,
"Well, look, this is why he's all excited. They got their award today." Boss Hogg Radio. Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Best of Central Florida finalist.
That's 2 years in a row, right?
Here's the winner.
2 years in a row.
Yes. Oh, yeah, finalist, and there's the winner. Congratulations, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes.
It pays
Excited about that.
It pays to have good content, good music. Mix it up. Don't stick the same group on the board every day and just push play.
Mm-hmm. And it's community-based. I mean,
Yeah.
this reaches the community. I mean, this is a great location to have a station, but if you, like I say it all the time, if you've gone up I-4 or 75, you've seen the billboards for Boss Hogg Radio, man. Everybody's talking about this. It's the hottest station around Tampa, Florida, the whole state.
Central
Tampa Bay,
Florida,
Central Florida. And that's why they won again. Because the people, power to the people, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just got finished doing a 6-week promotion where the listeners could win up to $1,000 in cash, 2 of them each day.
Hold on.
Monday
Is that
through
the
Friday.
one, grab your sack?
yes.
That is really well done.
Yeah, well, appreciate it.
So how do they win?
So they listen for 3 keywords a day, and then they go and enter that at the Boss Hogg Radio website, and then they would enter it, and then the next day between 10 and 11 o'clock, the screeners would pull 5 names and call them, and you had 3 chances to answer your phone. And if you didn't answer from that point, they moved on to another one. But they were giving away $2,000 packages each week. Well, Dean from Lakeland, on the last day, one of our listeners won. Well, he went and deposited his check this morning. And while he was there, the cashier was saying, "Well, you know, what is it? You know, the Boss Hogg Radio and everything." And he was telling her about it. So we've got a new, she said, "Well, I love that kind of music, And it's we've got another ambassador that's spreading the word about Boss Hogg Radio there."
Yeah, and who comes up with those words? The word of the day.
The word of the day, those are generated from the sweepstakes organization.
Because I have heard them. I go, oh man, I need to write that down.
So wait, let me get this. So if you write me a check, I'll take it to the bank and cash it, and I'll help spread the word. Is that all? Is that all I have to do?
Hey, good idea.
You write
Break
me
out
check.
the checkbook.
I know.
People write checks still. I know we don't cash them anymore. We just take a picture of them and send them.
Yeah.
Times are
He
changing.
took it to the bank. He picked it up yesterday and took it to the bank
That's
this morning.
old school. man.
Well, I do know, like, over a certain amount, you can't do it that way. You have to take it in. I don't think it's 1,000, but he might not have it. He may just be old school and
Kind of like
would
me.
rather.
I wanted to make sure it was good.
I've never done that.
Yes.
I just got this check from
I don't even like going through the drive-through the
I was
bank.
just-
I like walking into the lobby.
Fester and I will go. We will go at it because he doesn't believe you should use your debit card at a drive-through, like a fast food. He refuses.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't understand. It makes it so much easier on them if just to swipe it and you go.
Yeah.
He won't use it. He will not use it.
Are you the one that digs through your ashtray in the car for change?
I'll give him correct change. I'll give it, in other words, just pay cash or give him a 20 and, give me the change back.
I've never gone to an ATM.
Hey, that's
Never.
What?
wait, that's a good question. We'll address that later. That's a good question. When did they stop making ashtrays in cars? What year? There's no ashtrays in new cars, is there?
No, I have a 2020 and there's no ashtray in it.
Well,
There's a bunch of little hidden spots that nothing fits in. Like, got hand sanitizer shoved in one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
they
no more
don't.
ashtrays.
Yeah.
That's been gone since the 80s.
Really?
no,
That long?
no.
That was
80s still
the
had
The
it?
best
swine
change
utility
holder
vehicle has an
ever.
ashtray.
Yeah.
That was the best,
Oh.
like, change holder. That's what they were
Exactly.
Ashtrays, man.
Yeah.
You used to find all kinds of stuff in
Oh
the
no! I
ashtray.
remember
Roach
riding
shoes.
with my mom in the car, and she'd have that cigarette sitting in the ashtray. And we lived up north, and the windows would be up because it was snowing outside, and that smoke was getting out. I was going, "Oh, Mom, I'm gonna throw up." Oh gosh, yeah. Let's address the situation.
Good old days.
Why you don't have an ATM card?
Why do you not have an ATM card?
Because I never need to go get cash. I plan ahead.
Oh yeah, and he loses things a lot.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. My
Not
keys,
quite.
my wallet.
Not quite, though.
Well, now you can lock it. Just get on your app. If he was to lose it, you just lock it. And then when you find it, you can unlock it and go.
Modern technology.
But
So-
man, it's November already.
You know what?
Is
That's
that
what I was
crazy?
just going to say. It's
Thanksgiving
this
coming
weekend.
up, veterans. Yeah. A lot of stuff's going on. Roscoe's Chili
Roscoe's
Challenge is
Chili
happening.
Challenge.
But then,
Oh,
and
yeah.
after that, we have Leesburg Bikefest is coming up. Matter of fact,
Yep.
speaking of Leesburg, got a call in tonight on this show from a legendary artist that's going to be at Leesburg. You want to tell them who it is, Buster?
Yeah, Bobby Ingram from Molly Hatchet will be calling in sometime this evening and speaking with us there.
Fester is a very big Molly Hatchet
Oh,
fan.
I like
He's a
Southern
very-
Rock. I like Southern Rock.
yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they've stood the test of time, man.
Yep.
Where'd we go see them at last time? Down in Sarasota.
It was Thunder
Yep.
by the Bay. Yep.
Yep.
Gator country.
Yeah.
Fester was like a little girl watching New Kids on the Block. Molly Hatchet.
I'm not sure
I
how
had-
little kids watch New Kids.
I said little girl.
Little girls.
Yeah. As
Okay.
excited as I am to go see New Kids on the Block in July. How's that?
Well, Molly Hatchet's playing also in Tampa, up close and personal at the Brass Mug.
I was going to say, yeah.
That
Brass
should
Mug,
be.
yep.
That's like really up
That's-
close and personal.
Yeah, that's going to be a close one. I think a limited seating of like 200, 250 or something there. I
Yeah,
mean,
they could fit about 300 in there.
It
Pushing
seems,
it.
seems so odd talking about Leesburg Bikefest in November.
Yes.
They're typically an April bike fest. So
Yeah.
I know COVID pushed them back and pushed them around for a couple years.
Well, it's
So,
a free bike fest.
Yeah.
And it's, when everybody else is charging now, I mean, a free bike fest is really good. And they've maintained that for over 20 years.
Right, right.
And it's, so they're hanging in there. And matter of fact, Leesburg Bikefest on the cover of Born to Ride, which is on the streets right now. Mm-hmm. And we're excited about Leesburg. A lot of other things are coming up.
Yeah, it's that time of the year too. All our charity rides are coming up.
Absolutely.
It's time for Christmas, toys for tots, all that good
Toy
stuff.
runs.
Toy
yep.
runs. Yep. The veterans were the Warriors MC is doing a great event
Yeah,
again
the
for the
shoebox ride again.
shoebox. Yeah, we did that one last year.
Yep, that was a great event.
Seems
Good
like it was
ride.
yesterday,
Very
too.
nice ride.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's already a year.
Yeah.
We have to get them to call in or come in studio again. and talk about
Absolutely.
it in the
Yeah.
next week or two.
Yeah, that was a good event last year. Just filling that shoebox full of different odds and ends of items that the homeless veterans might need, and they were pretty excited when they opened those up, and because they got the gift boxes right there.
Yeah.
Nice. It was a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many bikers out there doing great things this time of the year, but really they do it all year long, the biker community, and it's good to highlight it at this time of the year, but there's so many people ready to give and ride to give and earn, money, raise money for people who really need it, whether it be a food drive, toy drive, helping your own community is so important. And, looking forward to all the toy runs, putting smiles on kids' faces.
Great time of year for that, no doubt about it there. Yep. So, what are we going to talk about first?
Well, we have James Irwin.
James Irwin, yeah. He's calling in here pretty soon. So this is
speaking of veterans, and he's near and dear to his heart. Mm-hmm. That's something that's very important to him, and talking about homeless veterans or veterans that maybe are having trouble with different stuff. James Irwin is part of 65 Healthcare, and so I'm sitting here trying to think. We didn't talk before we started the show. So he's just kind of
calling in
and just.
Yeah, he's going to get on board with us, and we're going to help drive the message of the healthcare and, for 65 and getting people to sign up. Deb can explain that more than I could.
It's that time of the year where Medicare open enrollment is going on, and it's pretty confusing for the most part. How do you purchase Medicare? What plan do you sign up for? A, B, C, D. I mean, they have the whole alphabet now. And it can get overwhelming, especially for seniors. And then sometimes they're on a plan, and year after year, they don't know how to bounce off of it and get on a different plan. And, James is a certified senior advisor.
Yeah,
so,
and he's not peddling anything. So, in other words, the information he's giving you, it's not like he's got a plan
or an agenda.
A plan. In other words, he's not like he works for Advent or Blue Cross, and and he's trying to peddle, the programs within that. He's going to give you the straight scoop there from that standpoint. So.
Right. From the marketplace as a whole. So it's the whole broad picture. He can ask you, what's your primary need? Is it prescriptions? Is it hospital visits? And and go from there and help you take a look at the marketplace. So and we got to know him over the last week, and it takes somebody to kind of handhold to get through this. It's about as much fun as doing your taxes and everything else. Yep. Trying to collect your Social Security check and and all that good stuff, which is so odd. Leave it to our government. You can retire at 67 and collect your Social Security. Not till 67, but you can retire at 65 and get your Medicare. So if you want to quit work at 65, you can get the insurance, but you can't get any money to pay for it till you're 67.
Yeah.
Duh.
Now, of course, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Roscoe's just down the road is going to be starting tomorrow.
Yes.
From that standpoint.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, where is Gary Michaels tonight? Why is he not in this studio?
Is he in town?
Oh yeah,
he's supposed to be emceeing the event.
Oh yeah.
So he should be here.
Huh. I haven't
Should've
even
been.
heard
We may
from
have
him.
to call him.
Yeah.
Get him on air.
The phone does dial out in the studio,
yes, it
right?
does. That would be a good question.
Yeah. Oh, Ron's looking him up right now, maybe.
Yeah. Let's see here.
James Irwin. Damn, come on, man.
What time is he supposed to call?
Taking away from his own time.
James, call in, buddy. Let's hear from you. If not, I'm going to pitch your story here. Well,
I think we just about. He's going to be able to go a little bit more in depth, but we've covered some of it there from that standpoint. There.
Well, here's James. James is a biker, and so is his wife Jamie, and they're really approachable people. They're biker friendly. It's a biker friendly brotherhood type thing. And they're actually going to be at Crystal Harley Davidson doing an event, and it's called Old Bikers Rule. And it's going to be all kind of nostalgic type biker event. And James is going to speak there. So how comfortable can that be, to learn a little bit about Medicare in this crazy world and which plan should I take? Or, even if you're like looking it up for your mother or your uncles or whatever, he's going to be there doing a great program presentation. They're going to have some fun. They're going to have some old school music going on, and I think maybe even old beer, Pabst beer, and old school beer, and some of that old candy from Cracker Barrel, and so it's just an old just old guys rule, not girls, because we don't grow old like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's coming up at Crystal Harley Davidson. So that's going to be his first event, and you can just go there and ask him any type of questions you have, or what plan should I be on, and so forth. So
Deb, why don't you explain exactly what he's offering the people and how important it is?
He's a consultant. He's a certified senior advisor. So it's CSA as his credentials. And they do go through a process to get those credentials. It's not just handed out to anyone, because they want to make sure, people aren't getting over on older folks and, taking advantage of them. So he has to do some testing, certification, and license and so forth. And so he is very knowledgeable about the marketplace, when you can enter, when you can exit, what kind of coverage you can elect, how you pay for Medicare coverage. Usually it can come right out of your Social Security check, but like I said, if it's in between your time that you're getting a Social Security check, how you pay for it and so forth. So he's very knowledgeable in that area, as well as his wife, Jamie, too. And that's what people need, especially, when you're getting in that age group. That's what people need now, is someone that they can trust.
That can explain it to them. And
Because
because some of it can get pretty difficult.
It
just
is.
the way they word it.
Oh, anything from the government's difficult. And then what happens also is it also is confusing each year when it's open enrollment, what you can do and can't do. And then seniors sit there and see all these advertisements on TV, call us, and we can take care of you, and that gets confusing. So
Well, hey, we were talking about Roscoe's, and I text messaged Gary and asked him, "Where are you? Why aren't you in the studio?" So he's a little aggravated and annoyed right now. But we're going to bring him in here on the phone. There,
What else is new with that guy?
Well, I get a text message that says, "Why are you not in the studio?" well, there's two reasons. Number one, I didn't know I was supposed to be there.
No, but you're in town. Why didn't you drop by?
Well, dude, if you knew the lady at the hotel that I had to deal with, you would understand.
Okay.
I wanted to hypnotize her or poke her in the eye. So the other reason I'm not in the studio, because I decided to come on over here to Roscoe's Chili Challenge and get me a daggum fish sandwich. I'm so hungry right now I could eat the shorts off a fat woman.
Okay.
Okay, what an image there.
Gary, how are you, man? Good to hear your voice.
It's great to hear you guys too, man. We only been in town for maybe a couple of hours. Really wasn't supposed to be here tonight, but we decided to come early. We just met Roscoe. What an incredible man!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, Gary?
He is.
I was going to ask you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but someone told me today that hypnotizing people is all fake. Is that true? Come on, set the record straight here.
Why are you asking me? Ask Mama Duke.
I knew it was coming.
I wanted you to elaborate though, a little on
What are
that.
you talking to me for? Okay, listen, Ron, that's a great question. People ask me all the time when I'm out doing a show, are these people staged? Are they dupes? Are they plants? Are they actors and actresses? Well, you got to understand something. Yeah, Gary Michaels is trying to become a really big rock star, but every time I go to all these places all over the country, I have absolutely no idea who these people are. Zero. Never met them before in my life. So to answer that question, is hypnosis real? It is extremely real. And the cool thing about it is you guys hypnotize yourself every single day. You just don't call it that. Most people will watch the movies or the TV shows where they use hypnosis as something evil and crazy and weird. Yeah, it's fun to watch, but it doesn't work that way. Hypnosis is a very common state of mind. So to answer your question, yes, it is extremely real. Yes.
I hypnotize.
And if you don't believe me, ask Mama Dukes, because she's supposed to have a place for me to stay, and I wouldn't have had to stay in this crappy hotel that I'm in.
Gary, are you going to be at that number for a while? Because we have our caller calling in right now. We got to get back with you.
You call me back anytime you want. I'll be here. Lock, stock, and ready to rock.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Look out, Plant
All right.
City.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. We were talking earlier about healthcare65.com, and we've got James Irwin on the phone now.
Really?
Welcome to Born to Ride.
Okay, yeah, hi. Hello, everybody. Glad to be invited on the show. Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. I'm sure they are. I'm here to answer any questions that you may have.
Well, James, I tried to start off by saying, a little bit about your credentials and why you are, in this business and what you do for people. So give us a little background.
Well, James, and you're talking about credentials, I know we talked the other day, and I was surprised. I would have thought there was a whole hell of a lot more of these advisors that are certified than what I think the numbers you said that are in the country. What is it now?
Well, there's a little over 3,000, maybe like 3,400. I'm a certified senior advisor. So essentially what that means is that we're considered experts in, the business of aging. So if seniors have like a legal issue or financial or insurance or anything, it could be problems with elder abuse or getting affordable housing or helping with the veterans. I mean, we're skilled in a multiple disciplines and considered, the experts in the field. I'm not trying to brag on myself, but it's not easy to get this certification.
Well, you got to figure. I mean, because there's tens of thousands of accountants, tens of thousands of lawyers. I mean, and you just think, and I was kind of stunned to hear that there was that few that were trained and qualified to be able to give this type of advice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of, there's 1.5 million like insurance brokers. I think most people just don't want to go through it. They don't want to really go through all the schooling and all the training that you have to do. I mean, I essentially did it because I just, I don't know. I just really wanted to know what I was talking about. I just didn't want to be shooting from the hip or always having to say, well, let me ask someone else and get back with you on it. So I just felt more confident by getting, those types of credentials. And it works. I mean, it's basically, if you go to my website, healthinsurance65.com, I mean, you'll see that. I mean, my main slogan is, let's avoid ever having to say, I wish I knew back then what I knew now. Kind of like was that a Rod Stewart song? I don't remember, but it just kind of stuck with me because so many people I talk to say, wow, I wish I didn't, you really enlightened me with a lot of valuable information. I wish I would have known that a long time ago.
So when you're talking about that, what is that information you should have known back then? Because we need to know it right now because we need to get people to react to this. And it's so important that we have you on the phone because this could really make a difference in their lives and their future and their health. So, man, drop the bomb on us, man. How important is this?
Well,
what do they need to do?
It would have to be a carpet bomb because there's so much information. But just so you're aware, I'll give you one idea of this has to do with the original Medicare and Medicare supplement. So there was legislation called MACRA, the Medicare Access Ship Reauthorization Act. Okay, this was passed back in 2015, a long time ago, right? Well, it just went into effect this year, and what it does is it eliminates certain types of Medicare supplement plans. Now, if the people have those type of Medicare supplement plans, I mean, they can keep it, but people that are aging into Medicare can't buy them. So what that does is it creates a problem for the people that have those plans because if they have a plan that's no longer sold to people who are aging into Medicare that are turning 65, which this year there will be, well, next year, 1957, that age, that birth date, there were more people born than at any other time in our country's history. So if all those people that are turning 65 next year can't get into a group that you were sold, then that's not good. If there's not enough premium coming into the group, then what happens is the rates go up. And a lot of these groups get older, and as they get older, they have more claims. They have, people getting out of the group that are talking to people like myself, but they also, some people, they pass on. And so if you're stuck in one of those groups, you're just going to see your rate spiral and go up and up and up. And so people don't know exactly how to get out of them, or they don't know what our options are available for them. So, I mean, that's something that I can point out to people. Also, there's a lot of, just when people are turning 65, or even if they're on Medicare, there's so many choices. I mean, just in original Medicare, you've got 35 different companies offering 10 different plans. You've got, this is just in the Boss Hogg network area. You've got 48 different HMO PPOs. You've got 38 different prescription drug plans. So to decipher all this information, it's important to work with somebody who actually knows, what they're looking at, and can look at the claims ratios of these groups, or find out if these HMOs have gatekeepers, which are, the bad guys, the bean counters behind the scenes that are, shaking their fingers at the doctors and handcuffing them and saying, no, you can't do this procedure. It costs too much money. So if you don't have this inside scoop, it's not good. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So I guess that's what I enjoy doing, is enlightening people as to, this information. I mean, I guess you would say, I'm probably, a lot of people call me like a Medicare nerd. I mean, I don't have the glasses with the Band-Aids or anything, but I am really into this. I mean, I love this business. I mean, this is not, work isn't work for me. And the whole reason why I created this online business and, have these multiple offices is because I want to make life less difficult, for people. And, I've been serving the community, the senior community, for over 20 years. And it's exciting now at my age, in my 60s. I mean, in the past, I was just always considered, the adopted son or grandson or whatever. But now, working with cohorts, people my, basically my own age, since I'm in my 60s now, it's more fun because we grew up watching the same TV shows, listening to the same music, and, saying the same things to our kids that our parents, said to us. So I love what I'm doing. So I've gotten just calls from everyone, and I'm really excited to be on this station that's talking to the biker community, because I'm one myself. I mean, I've been riding motorcycles all my life. I mean, when I was 17, I got my first Harley, which was a 1200.
All right, James, hang on one second. We got to go to a break. When we come back, let's talk a little more about your bike, but we need to find out why we need to call and what you can do for people. We'll be right back with more Born to Ride.
Alrighty.
Hang on.
Okay.
You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation at 863-225-2000. Now, here's more of your hosts, Fester Jenkins and Mama Dukes, on Born to Ride Radio.
Check out the all-new BornToRide.com with radio, TV, industry, adventure, events, magazine, social media, and much more. It's the all-new BornToRide.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 1, get an attorney. When you or a loved one have been injured by another's negligence, an experienced attorney can make a huge difference. At Rubenstein Law, we will find all of the insurance, make sure your injuries are documented, and work to get you the best result. While each case is different, a well-known insurance company's own study showed people with a lawyer on average got more money. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
You can join the motorcycle enthusiast conversation at 863-225-2000. Now, here's more of your hosts, Fester Jenkins and Mama Dukes, on Born to Ride Radio.
Well, that just proves that it's live radio whenever I fire off the wrong one there. But hey,
they didn't even realize that.
Welcome back to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. And in the studio, I've got across from me, Mama Dukes, got Ron and Debbie Galletti, the legends for more than 25 years in the area there.
Man, we're getting old.
Yeah, we should be talking about Medicare pretty soon. Our Medicare options.
That's why we have James on the line.
Speaking of that, that's why we've got an expert here.
Right.
Yeah,
it's real important. People, listen up to this. I mean, this man is a man you can trust, but he's also a biker, so you know you can trust him. And James, are you with us?
Yeah, no, I am. Thanks. I guess I got off on a tangent there talking. When I start talking about motorcycles, I better stick to insurance.
Well, it's important.
It is a motorcycle show.
It's important that people know that you ride because they can trust. You can trust a biker. Biker-owned business is so important. But we do have. You're already going to be making an appearance. When is that? Next week or the week after? At Crystal Harley Davidson.
Crystal Harley, yeah, I can't wait.
So we're starting the tour, man. You're going to be face to face with people, and how important is that to get in front of people to really explain, look them in the eye, and let them know what they need in their life, in their future, in their health insurance?
Well, it's very important. I think people once I meet someone or talk to someone, I mean, and everybody pretty much says the same thing. They feel a lot more comfortable working with myself because I'm not the typical pinstripe suit guy with the tassel shoes that's just kind of looking down or speaking arrogantly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot of insurance everyone hates insurance people. I get it, but I don't get that when I talk to people.
Hey, James. Now, Ron just showed me his shoes that he's wearing. He's got tassel shoes on.
They're easy to slip on.
If you heard me chuckling, it wasn't chuckling at what you were saying. It was.
Okay. Well, I apologize. You know what I'm talking about.
We know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't have the suit on, though. but
I know. And I've worked with the stuff, the suits and, the stuff shirt people for years. And that's why I just want to focus on the biker community and deal with people who I want to deal with because that's who I like to deal with. And I've got a wealth of information. I mean, even for veterans, too. I mean, there's plans that are available for veterans that they don't even know about that will give them extra benefits out of the VA and at the same time reduce or eliminate their Part B premium, which is, the $148.50 that everybody's got to pay right now if they're on Medicare. And
there's some false stuff out there, right? I mean, there's misconceptions. There's telemarketing scams. I mean, they got to watch out. That's why they need to have somebody they can trust, right?
Well, they do, and a lot of the stuff on like the Joe Namath commercial. I mean, they're in a lot of trouble. You're not going to see that one anymore. I like Joe Namath. I especially like that pantyhose ad he did years ago. I thought that was a riot, but. He's just reading a script, but a lot of the stuff was misleading, and a lot of those television commercials are just designed to get people to call. They're kind of bait and switch, and then you get on the phone with somebody who confuses you and enrolls you in something that your doctor doesn't take, and you find out your medications aren't covered, and it just creates a mess. So I get a number of calls a week from people like that have been, I think they were victimized and just... And it's an ugly situation to hear about, and my heart goes out to those people because they're just trying to better themselves, but they're getting people that are using their good nature just to make a buck, and it's just bad. So I mean, it's like I always say this. I mean, if people just call us, if they just call and work with us, they're not going to experience the typical dreaded insurance review that you just can't wait to get over.
Well, what are they calling for? Because you don't wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, today I'm going to buy a new roof or a refrigerator or insurance." So, why do they need to call you? What are the warning signs? What's the time to do it? tell us why they need to call
Well,
your number
right
and
now
explain your service.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Well, basically, the reason to call now is this is the annual enrollment period. So if you are on Medicare, if you have parents on Medicare or know anyone on Medicare, this is the time that you need to review what you have. And it's right now between October 15th and December 7th, and that's it. So this is the time that they need to contact my office just to, review everything that they got going. It's only going to take about 20 minutes. And if they're in the right program, if they have if their options are, and they're getting everything that they're supposed to be, I mean, we can determine this right away. And then I'm not going to tell them that what they have is bad if it's good. I'm not that guy. I mean, if they've got the right plan, then they've got the right plan. But my experience is most people don't. Most people don't have the right plan because they've been dealing with the typical insurance salesman that's got what I call commission breath. And a lot of these plans, some of the plans pay more than others. Some of the supplement plans pay higher commissions than others, and a lot of times that's what these people are in. They're not aware of what else is available out there. I'm not a commission-driven salesperson. I'm in it to help people. That's all I'm about. I mean,
How important is that to you to help people?
It's at the top of the list. I mean, fortunately, I've done real well in the past in this business, and so I don't have to make the sale. It's not like I have to make the sale. I just enjoy what I'm doing, and I like talking to people and just trying to make a positive difference in their life. That's what I'm all about. I mean,
how do they get in touch with you?
Well, I mean, the best way is, they can just contact me, through the office. If I'm not there, they can leave a message. But the office number, it's toll free. It's 833-467-2865. So that's 833-467-2865. That's the Tampa office. If they want, if they call that number, if I'm not there, they'll probably go into my voicemail, and then they can call me on my cell phone if it's after hours. I don't care. I mean, I'm pretty much open all the time.
And your website is healthinsurance65.
Healthinsurance65.com, and there's a lot of information there. But this is the time. This is the critical time to get the right information and make sure you're making the right choice.
How critical is that?
If you don't,
it's a drop-dead date.
The problem is people get all these phone calls, they get all this stuff in the mail, okay? And these insurance companies are always changing their plans, changing their formulas. The formula is like a fancy word for a drug list that they're covering. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, if you don't double-check your medications and make sure they're still covered for the following year, you'll go to the pharmacy in January and find out that nothing's covered, or it's way more expensive than it used to be, or you may find out that your doctor no longer accepts the plan, or you may find out that your plan is no longer, welcomed at a particular hospital of your choice. So these are things that you just need to double check so you're not surprised. It's not hard for me to double check the information because I've got, proprietary software which streamlines the process and makes it less complicated for people to understand, as opposed for people, going to websites or looking through all the stuff they're getting in the mail and trying to decipher, what does this mean? What does that mean? I mean, for example, a Medicare supplement and a Medigap plan is the same thing. I mean, why do they have two different names?
So it's healthinsurance65.com.
You can see it there, yeah.
Yeah. We have another caller calling in, waiting on the line.
Sure.
So we're going to have to continue this because this is important. We need maybe an update every week from you, James. If you can call in and keep educating, because people are going to want to know. We really appreciate you calling in and being a part of Born to Ride. and believing in the whole system and being a biker and being able to help people. So let's
And if you want to meet James personally and hear his spiel at Crystal Harley Davidson on Saturday, November 13th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's going to be a fun day out there where the person with the oldest biker T-shirt on that's dated is going to win a prize. The longest
gray beard,
longest gray beard is going to win a prize. The nicest vintage bike, no cost to enter, and the oldest biker to show up. Just bring your driver's license. You're going to win a prize.
Hey, that all kind of goes with the concept of learning about, healthcare and Medicare and all that.
It's Old Bikers Rule Party.
All right.
So have some fun and meet
Reminder,
James.
you're getting old.
Yeah.
We'll get an update from James next week on that as well.
Yeah, let's do
because
that,
it'll be next
James.
Thursday. All right, man.
Okay.
Thanks for calling in.
Okay,
right.
thanks for being here.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Okay.
bye-bye.
And we're going to run and throw it right on to Nikki here.
Yep.
Hello, Nikki. Are you there?
I'm here.
Welcome to Born
How
to
are
Ride
you?
Radio.
Thank you.
Hey, Nikki, it's Ron Galletti. How are you? I talked to you today, and we've got an event coming up. Why don't you tell us about it and, how we need to get everybody to support this and how important this cause is and how it's affected you and your family.
Yeah, I'm doing, it's called Harley and Raven's Poker Run in remembrance of Shane Lockjaw Jones. Basically, the background is, he was coming home and an illegal alien drinking and driving, obviously didn't have a driver's license either, pulled out in front of him and killed him. So when he died, I was left with a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. We had just had our second child when that happened. So I'm doing this poker run, and I want to give back to Tunnels to Towers because they were actually the only charity that helped me because I got very scared as a young mother and a young widow of losing our home. And then Tunnels to Towers reached out and helped me out a little bit. So I'm going to donate 50% to Tunnels to Towers and hopefully give that money back that they gave me and hopefully help somebody else. And then I'm going to use the other half and put it towards the kids. So.
Well, he was on his motorcycle, I take it, correct, Nikki?
Correct.
Okay.
And it's November 20th?
Is the event?
Yeah.
It's going to start at the Twilight Zone. It's going to end at AMVETS Post 44 on Highway 60. People are coming together because they care. And people, if you're listening right now, this is a great cause. And Harley and Raven, those are your kids. That's the names of your kids. And this poker run is for them. And what you're doing to give back is unbelievable because the kids, I'm sure, could use all the money, but you're willing to give back to others, and that says a lot about you. But how important is this, and why should people support this? Tell them.
I think it's just very important because, honestly, you never know when you're going to get put in this situation. I was 35 years old when I just had 2 babies right in a row, and financially, it was, hard. And then right after he died, COVID hit, and I got furloughed, for about 3 months. So this is very important, and I would like to ask if anyone has anything, because it's been a little bit tough trying to get auction items, because I know the economy's hard right now. But if anyone's out there listening that's willing to donate something I could auction off, that would be great. I did get enough sponsors to do a $500 best hand for the poker run and $250 worst hand. And then we'll have the 50-50 raffle going at the run also, at each stop.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, and it's going to start at the Twilight Zone, and you got the Strawberry Patch, the Big Dog's Patio, the Tiki Hut, and then it's going to end with a good time for everyone at the AMVETS, Post 44 right there.
Yeah.
And those are some great guys, the AMVETS, right?
Oh, yeah. They helped me out a lot. And also at the end stop, I wanted to do a little something for everyone to be able to wind down. So I did get a band, Jaeger Mafia. They play a little bit of everything, rock. They play a lot of rock. And I went out and saw them, and they're awesome. And And also, I have barbecue that's being catered. So food will be available at the last stop. So that way everyone won't go without food all day.
And this is also bringing awareness to not driving drunk, to just, to watch out for bikers, to be safe. I mean, damn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what this will do.
It's awareness that they are out there, too. So be careful.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So I'm excited. I hope everyone that comes out has a good time. We had a good time last year. This is the second one I put on, and we had a great time last year. So I'm hoping it's the same this year.
I think you'll have a good turnout. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I did the route a little different, so it's a little bit better country scenery for the bikers this year too.
Oh, that's nice.
So.
And the kids will be there too, right?
No, I actually made arrangements for a friend of mine to watch them for the weekend.
Okay, how can they get in touch with you if they have information or want to get involved?
Items,
donation for the raffle or just be a sponsor?
Yeah, they could call me at 813-480-3125.
Great.
Awesome.
Well, good luck with the event, Nikki. You're doing a lot. You certainly are doing a lot.
It says that there's a $20 entry fee and $10 per passenger. So.
Oh, for the poker run?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the poker run.
All right, well, let's get another update maybe in next week or the week after leading up to it. We'll talk to the AMVET guys and get them involved. And let's all bring together something really special for Harley and Raven and yourself to show that we care. We're all down with that.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck with the event, Nikki. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay. And you're listening to Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. We go into our next caller, Ron, and we've got someone special here.
We got
on the
a
line.
legendary musician, man. I mean, this is what it's all about today. Something big's coming up. We talked about Leesburg. Who do we have on the phone?
We've got Bobby Ingram. Bobby.
How you doing, guys? How you doing, Rock Radio? Bobby Ingram with Molly Hatchet here.
Oh, man. Good to hear you, man. Molly Hatchet is coming to town. Leesburg Bikefest is off the chain always. I heard you guys are going to tear it up.
I tell you, we haven't been there in a few years, and it's maybe longer than that. And we have been waiting to go back, man. We have a lot of friends in the area. It's a biker event. We are going to throw down and Southern rock and roll till the cows come home.
How important has Southern rock just been to American music and go worldwide with it? It's just set the tone. And Molly Hatch has been right there at the forefront. So it's really great to see you guys coming to Leesburg again. Everybody's ready for it. Saw you last year at Thunder by the Bay, and everything was kicking really good. Got your new singer. Seems to be fitting in just right. How's everything going with the band?
Yeah, it's going great. It's like you're talking about with Southern rock and roll, pretty much going everywhere. It started in the 1970s out of Jacksonville, Florida. It was the home of rock and roll, Southern rock and roll. And Danny Joe Brown and myself started out together in 1975 in a group called Rum Creek. That was pretty much really our first band. And we played for a couple of years together, and then he went to Molly Hatchet then. I finished college at UNF, and then Danny did the first two records with Molly Hatchet, which is history. And then I joined the Danny Joe Brown band with him. And after that, middle of the 80s, 86, 87, I came aboard full-time. And I have seen since the beginning of this how it was kind of just regional. In the 70s, it was just like in the Southeast. And then started touring in the early 80s, then it started spreading everywhere, all across the United States. And now Molly Hatchet not only has a national audience, but an international audience. We go to Europe all the time. We were supposed to go at the end of December, but I just canceled that and moved that to next year because of the COVID situation. But we have seen the international market grow in both sides of from the Pacific all the way over to Japan, Okinawa, all the way to the Middle East, all over Europe, up in Scandinavia. It's pretty amazing how far-reaching this Southern rock and roll genre has been. So I would say it's pretty big with the United States and with American rock and roll and what has come from the Southern rockers, all the Southern rock bands. It's touched everybody, and it continues to.
For sure. We lost Charlie Daniels. He was, back in the day, he was one of the guys who started it all out and influenced so many. And you guys are carrying it on. But, I mean, that first album, Gator Country, that was one of my favorite songs, man. It was really good. So the people are excited. Spester, I mean, it's pretty cool having him on the radio show with us tonight. But
absolutely. I mean, a legend, Bobby Ingram. But Bobby, I mean, it's got to do your heart good to know that wherever you go, and like you're saying, international now. I mean, in other words, Southern rock is a mainstay, certainly here at Boss Hogg Radio. I mean, in other words, you
guys play Molly Hatchet all the time here.
We play Molly Hatchet along with all the other stuff.
We'll
have to get him to cut a promo for you.
Yeah, may have to.
Listen, and a lot of people don't mention. I'm going to mention it, and I'm saying it because it comes from the heart. When the bands play on stage, there's that connection with the audience. We're hearing the instant connection with the audience. Everybody's, raising heck and having a great time. And then the band leaves. And the fans need media. They need radio to make that conduit and to make that connection to keep Southern rock and roll alive, which is you guys. So my hat's off to the media and off to radio, and especially your station, because you have kept Molly Hatchet alive in this whole area. And thank you so much.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
I mean, if anybody's gone up and down 75 or I-4, they've seen the billboards for Boss Hogg Radio. This is a one-of-a-kind station, man, and they just won an award 2 years in a row.
It's an honor for me to be on this station here.
Come on.
That's cool. Okay. So when is Leesburg, Deb? It's coming up in a couple of weeks, right?
Yes,
the dates?
It is.
Dates for Leesburg Bikefest?
Yes, and the 11th.
I believe it's
11th through the 13th. And I think you guys are playing on Saturday. Is that correct?
We play on the 12th.
The 12th?
Whatever day the 12th falls on.
Oh,
Friday.
Okay.
That's
it's
a Friday.
So it's going to be a Southern rock and roll Friday. It's going to be a fish fry.
Now you've been to Leesburg before. What are some of your memories of that? Just crowds and crowds and waves of people.
All the people that are there. All the people from around the United States that are there. All the people that have rocked to Molly Hatchet. From the veteran days. Back in the 70s. We're seeing them out there. We're seeing our veteran fans. We're seeing fans that we made in the 90s, when Devil's Canyon came out. And then the new fans, sometimes they're bringing, the veteran fans are bringing their children. And sometimes they're bringing their grandchildren. And that's a blessing to us to see that out there and to them to discover Molly Hatchet, some of them for the first time, and to rediscover the band, years later. Yes, we're still going. We're carrying on the tradition, the legacy, and the spirit of the band. Mm-hmm. And it's all about the music, and we get it out there. We're loud and proud, everybody.
I'm telling you, it's an iconic name, Molly Hatchet,
And it's about the experience, too. I mean, so much music these days is digitized, and you can't even go to a concert to see anything, It's about the experience.
And a lot of people, it's like we've seen all this come up, from 45s to LPs to cassettes to all the electronic age, but I mean, it's nothing like going to a concert. It's nothing like seeing it live. That can't be reproduced.
Yeah, and holding on to your ticket. Now you can't even hold on to
your
ticket.
And when you can take an extra moment or two just to shake a few hands and sign a few autographs, it means the world to these fans, man. They come early and stay late just to try to meet the band at the hotel or by the bus. And you know how it is, man. It's so important. This is a 3-day.
Absolutely. And we love that, and they have great questions for us, like, you know, what's happening with the artwork on the albums these days? Well, of course, Frank Frazetta did the first few of them, and since the mid-'90s, we've had Paul Raymond Gregory out of London, England. He has Studio 54 over there, and it's done some of the biggest records out there. He's done the Lord of the Rings. He's done Molly Hatchet album covers. And he's still our artist here 25 years later.
Wow.
And we just put out the new Battleground album, and he did the cover on that. You can look him up. It's Paul Raymond Gregory. It's studio54.co.uk, I believe. So we did the Battleground record, and that's a double CD live and a triple vinyl live. So here we go back, still keeping the fundamental roots of what Molly Hatchet stood for way, way back. Writing about truth, honesty, friendship, God, our families. And it's still out there, and we're still doing it, and we're still putting it on LP, right?
Oh, nothing like vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl's coming back big
like
time.
the vinyl. So when they come through the lines and they ask me these questions, you know, like, hey, who did Battleground? Well, that's Paul Raymond Gregory, you know. Or where did you record it? We recorded it in various spots over in Germany and over in Switzerland. We did some production work here in the United States, and it means a lot to us for them to ask us those questions, you know.
Heck yeah, and I mean, what are they going to see when they see Molly Hatchet on the 12th at Leesburg Bikefest on a Friday night? What are they in for, man? Because you still have the fire, you still have the flame.
Everybody, everybody is going to hear and see a walk through history from the very first album in 1978 all the way through to Battleground that was released in 1920. So we're going to have a great time. All the songs that we're playing, everybody's going to know every one of them. Everybody's singing along with them. I don't know what to say, man. I'm just really lucky that we've been able to continue and carry this wonderful tradition and legacy forward. You know, we've had a lot of band members that have passed away through the years. Our fans have they've stood by the band.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they gave us support when we needed it the most, and here we are, man. We're giving it back to everybody.
I mean, that's what it's all about, is just having the fire, the passion. You know, and the Leesburg Bikefest is a 3-day motorcycle event. It's free, people. You don't have to pay to get in. It's presented by Progressive. We're talking to Molly Hatchet right now, and they're going to be playing on the 12th, man. This is really awesome.
And I think if you go to leesburgbikefest.com, I think there might be some VIP packages on there, too, that you can maybe get backstage and...
Man, you know what? Fester was wondering if he can get some VIP pass for him and Mama Dukes, because they would definitely want to go. So you can hook them up, right? Boss Hogg Radio.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll do what I can on my side, guys.
We appreciate that, Bobby. Absolutely. Hey, Bobby, before you get out of here, because we are coming up on the top of the hour, next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday, Leesburg, that's where you want to be. And seeing Molly Hatchet. Bobby, can you do a shout out for Boss Hogg Radio? Would you do that for me?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, let's hear for Boss Hogg Radio. Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right, do one, but put your name and band on it too, so they can use it forever and ever.
How you doing, everybody? This is Bobby Ingram with the group Molly Hatchet. And you're Southern Rock and Rollin' to Boss Hogg Radio. Hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah! Heck yeah, man! You don't want to miss this. Can you feel the passion right there, guys?
Appreciate it,
They've been doing this for over 30-something years. They're still fired up and ready to play. That's Molly Hatchet Friday, Leesburg Bikefest. Man, any last words?
Bobby.
Listen, I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank radio and all our friends who are our fans that are coming to the show for sticking behind the band all the decades. 40-plus years of the band. Everybody stood behind us. They gave us the inspiration to keep going, to writing new music, to playing more shows, to playing internationally, to playing all over the U.S. And now we're bringing it home to Leesburg at the Bike Fest. Hell yeah.
That's
right.
Hell
yeah.
And think of how many musicians you guys have inspired over the years, man. I mean, it's a great duty that you provide everybody. What, Deb?
Well, thank you so much, And,
all right.
Thanks, Bobby.
Hey, I want to see you guys out there, man. Y'all come up and say hi to the group.
We will.
If you want to, you can bring us on stage.
We'll come.
Yeah, man.
We'll do.
We'll flash you.
We'll be at the tour bus waiting for an autograph. Thank you so much, man. You're such a pro. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks a lot,
All right.
everybody.
Have a great
Thanks,
show.
Mommy.
Go
Thanks,
Molly
Molly.
Thanks so
Hatchet,
much.
man.
All right.
Go Molly Hatchet.
Go Molly Hatchet.
Next Friday night. Yep. Okay. Oh, wow.
Wait, I got one question.
Okay.
Did you hit record when he gave you that studio ID?
This-
or were you off phones?
Let's put it this way. The show's supposed to be recorded. It better be recorded, okay? Or someone might just get fired.
Oh my God, DB! You better check it, dude.
Gator, if you're listening.
Anyway, folks, we've ran over, but hey, we had Bobby Ingram from Molly Hatchet on the line there, talking to him. Looking forward to Leesburg. It's been a couple years.
Yes.
It's due to be back, and hey, it's a little early for April, but hey, we'll take it.
That's right.
No problem there.
Yep.
You got to go now. He's going to VIP. He said.
Absolutely.
Good Mama Dukes.
We'll be there.
Okay. Hey, like always, keep it in between the ditches. Be safe. Be careful. This is Born to Ride Radio on the Boss Hogg Radio Network. And
Award-winning.
what do we do, guys? Think motorcycle and
Born to ride. Born to ride.
It's your thing. We're there. We're everywhere. Follow us at #Born to Ride Motorcycle Media, your #1 motorcycle resource.
Yeah, I have to say, Born to Ride has been a big influence on my trailer sales in the last 2 or 3 months. It's been nothing but a big surprise. I mean, the magazine articles, everything in the commercials, it's been nothing but the best of help to me in my business.
Is your business becoming invisible? Create a great advertising relationship today with Born to Ride. Call 888-795-5779.